is The Furnace with John Burton.
Hey, let's talk about why millennials oftentimes are having a hard time keeping a job or even getting a job. And I just posted something to Facebook and thought it'd be fun to talk about this. I know this is different than what I typically talk about in my podcasts. You know, we're usually hitting on, ultra spiritual topics and the church and revival and prayer, but you know, in the day-to-day, everybody, this is some important stuff. You know, many of you know that my wife and I are business owners and we've been in ministry forever, and we are continually always, in touch with people of all ages. But there's something about many, not everybody, of course. There's some amazing millennials out there. My children are some of them, and I know some of your children are some of them. But I believe it would not be stereotypical to deal with an issue in our generation with the younger ones that are growing up, and they oftentimes are having a very hard time finding a job or keeping a job. And so I put together a little list on Facebook, some tips, some advice on how to get a job or keep a job. Number one, don't put gamer. Don't put gamer on your resume as one of your skills. You might laugh, but this actually happens. People today, with YouTube, and there's millionaire gamers out there, they dream of being a gamer for life. That's their ultimate goal. They want to be a gamer. And so they put in mindless, countless, innumerable hours playing games. And they think that those skills are going to translate into an effective life. Guess what? You probably are not going to get rich or even make much of an income at all being a gamer. And even if you can, please don't let that be the extent of what you bring to the world. You were born for more than this, all right? So don't do that. You know, when an employer is looking to hire somebody to actually work, putting gamer on your resume, it doesn't really sell you very well. You know, an employer's not going to look in that and say, whoa, we've been looking for a gamer. You're a perfect fit. You're exactly what we need. You're a gamer for real, serious? Oh, wow, you're going to be an amazing addition to our team. Yeah, that doesn't happen. All right, number 2. This is advice for getting and keeping a job for millennials, and really for anybody. Number 2, plan on staying in one job for at least a few years, not a few months. Yeah, there's exceptions. I get that. There are. You know, in fact, we live in a tourist town here in Branson, Missouri, and so I know it's not unusual for people to get a summer job, right? And so they'll work one place all summer long, and then it's over, right? And I get that, but at the same time, there's something to be said for, even in a seasonal market, which is not most markets, by the way, staying long term. You know, I know there are people out there that they'll be in a job and the season's over and then they're out of that job, but the next season comes around and they're back in it and they're committed to that job. And employers, when they look at the resume or the application and they see that you've had like 5 jobs in the last year or 2 years, that doesn't look good. And so you need to stick with a job. Don't give up on that job just because you get bored with it or tired of it. You got to develop your resume. And the way you do that, one of the ways you do that is by sticking with it, okay? Because again, if you're applying for a job and an employer sees that, it's like, wow, your commitment. That's just what we're looking for. Someone who quits a job every 3 months. You're perfect for us. Yeah, that doesn't happen. All right, number 3. When you show up for the interview, dress up. No matter what kind of job you're applying for. You could be applying for a construction worker or burger flipper or go-kart attendant or whatever, dress up. Dress up. Don't show up in shorts and flip-flops and a t-shirt. Oh my, don't do it. Have a very neat appearance. Present yourself. Remember, an interview is where you are selling yourself. You're not just cruising in there, just presenting yourself as who you are, and like that's amazing and that's exactly what the employer is looking for. What's the employer looking for? I know when when an employer is interviewing somebody, they will be impressed by the way that person presents themselves. Okay? Dress up. You don't have to get a suit and tie, depends on the job. Dress up. Be clean. Get a button-down shirt, guys. This should be so obvious. All right. Number 4, show up for the interview. And when you do, be at least 15 minutes early. Always. If nothing speaks to your lack of commitment and focus than being late to an interview, or even having the excuse of, wow, I wasn't quite sure where to find you. Are you serious? You need to be researching where you're going well in advance. Go there the day before if you have to. Map it out. Make sure no matter what happens, there could be an earthquake. It doesn't matter. You're going to be 15 minutes early to your interview. All right? Period. Because if you can't be early for the interview, guess what? You are not going to be on time for work if you get hired, and you probably will not get hired. Number 5, be brilliant during the interview. Be brilliant. Be amazing. Be incredible. Sell yourself. Make that interviewer just coming out of their skin like, wow, you're amazing. You're incredible. Don't talk about yourself. Talk about what you can bring to the company. Because employers are looking at you as someone who is going to meet a need. Can you meet that need? Or are you simply there talking about yourself? Be brilliant during the interview. If you have to, learn how to interview. Watch YouTube videos. How do you successfully interview? You got to learn, firm handshake, look people in the eye, be confident, have rehearsed, what you're going to bring to the table. Interviewers almost always ask you if you have any questions. Be ready to ask questions and ask intelligent questions. See, when you're being interviewed, you need to impress the one who's interviewing you. All right, number 6. Now we're talking about after you get hired. Number 6, always show up for work early. Always, always, always. Right? Always. Early is on time. On time is late. And late is unacceptable. Always show up for work early. Period. Number 7, never, ever call in sick unless you are truly sick and unable to work. And I'm not talking about like you're sick of working. You are sick. You can't do it. You are physically unable to get into your car and to work your 8-hour shift or however long it is. Don't ever do it. Listen, the more you call in sick, the worse it gets for you. I'm telling you. And which leads me into number 8. Missing your shift should be very rare. It should not be a common occurrence at all for you to miss a shift. Don't call in, all right? Unless you absolutely have to. Number 9, here's an easy one. Work very, very hard. Super hard. Be a hard worker. This is so obvious. I can't believe I have to say it. All right, number 10. Don't confuse work for fun. You are there to complete tasks, not to be entertained. That's always wonderful if we can enjoy our jobs. That's great. But guess what? That job was not created to entertain you. That job was created to make money for the owners, right? And you are there to help make that happen. Okay? So you are hired for task completion, not to be entertained. All right? Number 11. Some of you might not like this one or even agree. Lower your expectations, start at the bottom, and earn your promotions. The reason I put that in there, I'm not talking about not having big dreams. I'm a visionary. I'm a dreamer. I'm talking about Don't be someone who's just fresh out of high school or fresh out of college and somehow, just because of your awesomeness, you should start at the top, that you should start in some sort of preferred position. Why? No. Get in there, flip the burgers, do what needs to be done, and work your way to the top. Actually, work your way into promotions and raises. Let's see here. Number 12. Smile, be positive, refuse to complain, never gossip with coworkers, and exhibit impeccable character. This is like just have integrity, like be appropriate, be, bring energy to the work environment. Don't, if someone else is gossiping, don't ever listen. Say, hey, nope, not going to do it. I've had to do that quite a bit in my life. Nope, not going to listen. Nope, that's not who I am. All right, number 13. Oh, here is a big one, a huge one. Use social media to impress potential employers by posting appropriate content, using proper punctuation and spelling, and revealing your commitment to excellence in life. That's huge. The way you are on social media is really the way you are. And so be excellent, be appropriate, right? Okay, number 14. Do everything you can to continually impress your employer, making it easy for them to consider you for raises and promotions. Yeah, you are selling yourself. You are not entitled to anything. You're not even entitled to keep the job. And we need to eliminate that entitlement mentality and understand that we've got to sell ourselves. We've got to prove ourselves every day. Okay? And then last one, number 15. Here we go. Grow up, be an adult, and realize the rest of your life will not be about fun and games. Being responsible, having integrity, and possessing a strong work ethic are requirements for a successful life. And so there you have it. 15 tips for millennials, or really anybody who can't seem to find or keep a job. And some of these are so simple, so simple, like dress up for the interview. So easy. Work hard. So easy. Don't call in sick unless you have to. So easy, right? And, we need to see that strong work ethic come back to our nation. And it's important that we see the emerging generation adopt a strong work ethic, have impeccable character, integrity, be positive, be appropriate, handle social media correctly. And there's ways. Listen, getting a good job is so much easier than you realize. It's so much easier than you can fathom if you only do a few things and present yourself in a way that the employer is begging to hire you. It's not hard. All right. There you have it. Let me know what you think. Talk to you next time.
Thank you for listening to The Furnace with John Burton. You can access media, read articles, and partner with the ministry online at burton.tv. And by all means, share this podcast with those who are hungry for revival, reformation, and revolution.